Good day, guys. This is a portion called underscore SA01. So, guys, we're back again with another video. So, today's video it's all about the weekly forecast. We're going to check on what's going to happen this coming week. So, we'll just be analyzing like 3 pairs today. So, we'll be analyzing NASDAQ, Us30, and Gbpjpy. So, those are the 3 pairs that we'll be focusing on. So, yeah, guys. If you're watching this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So without wasting your time, guys, let's just get on the screen. So first things first, like how we always do, guys. First things first, we'll check on the daily chart. We already on the daily chart. So this is the Gbpjpy pair. So let me just do that. So guys, this is what we have. This is what we have. So it's Gbpjpy. So let me just move that upside. I think it will be fine there. Okay, so first things first, guys, I will just highlight my zones. Hey guys, this thing would disturb me if I put it there. Okay, let's just put it down here. So first things first, we'll just highlight our zones. So that's the first thing. But then we're only highlighting the zones of the current market, guys. I won't waste my time to be focusing on the past. So we're just focusing on the future, guys. Just focusing on the future. We won't bother ourselves to go back to the past. Just focusing on the future and the current market. That's what we're only focusing on now. The future and the current market, guys. The current market and the future. So, guys, I'm just placing in my zones, guys. I'm just placing in my zones. I'm just placing in my zones. Okay, guys, this is what we have, guys. I want to place more zones. I want to place more zones. I want to place, or we can just place this last one, but then yeah, this is what we have, guys. This is what we have. So we can just go ahead and zoom in to see if we put our zones properly. And yeah, guys, if you can check, these zones are proper, guys. They are proper. They are proper. So now what we can do, we can change the time frame and we can go to our 4-hour time frame. So guys, as you can see, this one is the daily chart. So we can just quickly go to our 4-hour time frame to see what's really happening on that time frame. Okay, guys, so this is what you can see, guys. This is what you can see. So as you can see, this is the 4-hour time frame. So without wasting any time, we'll just go ahead and put in our support and resistance areas so that we can know our entry points. So that we can know our entry point. So make sure that your zones are really accurate. Make sure that your zones are really accurate. Once you start having zones that are wrong, then just know that also your entries won't be correct. Just know that also your entries won't be correct. So it's important to make sure that your zones, every time when you draw them, they are accurate. Just make sure that they are accurate. Once they start being incorrect, then just know that your entries won't be. So all these guys are just trying to get entries that are going to be profitable to us, entries that are going to benefit us. We don't just place entries when we can see that these entries are not good. So here, the purpose of this video is for us to make sure that we'll get perfect entries in this coming week. So guys, as you can see, guys, so now let me just explain what's happening. Let me just explain. Okay, guys, let me just explain. Then I just want to add some other things on this chart. I just want to add some other things, but then I just want to explain what's really happening here. So every time when you take a trade, you need to understand what's really happening on that trade. So yeah, just make sure that you understand on that trade. So first things first, as you can see, guys, we're having our zones. So these zones I put the zones so that I can understand the turning points of the market, why the market is turning there, why the market is reacting like this when it breaks out from that zone, why the market is doing this and this. So those zones, I'm just placing them in order for me to understand the market even better. You have to understand the pair that you are trading. Every time when you want to place a trade, make sure that you understand that certain pair that you want to trade. So okay, now we've got that, right? So another thing, our support and resistance areas. I think by now everyone knows how to put support and resistance areas. If you don't know about that, just get my mentorship. Just get my mentorship. Then these are the support and resistance areas. But then now let's just check the current movement and what's going to happen next. So as you can see, guys, from here, we had this impulse. Okay, let's just use this one. Sorry, guys. So from here, we just had this impulse to the upside. But then as you know how the market moves, the market won't just be impulsive all the way to the upside. So we had to come back down to correct. Then the market tried to push the upside, but then we went back to gather more strength before going to the upside. So us going to the upside, you find that now we created a zone here. We created a zone. So this zone was once a resistance, but then here we find that it's now a support. So you find that we finally have an impulsive movement. But then on that impulsive movement, still we have to correct, which is this movement that is happening here. Here we're just correcting. So from that, we're expecting the market to push to the upside. So now for me, I would just wait for the market to get here, and that's when I will take my entries. But then from now, we definitely know that this pair, we have to go to the upside. So from there, from what we're having now, I'm expecting the market to push to the upside. I hope you guys understand that because I tried my best to explain what's really happening on this pair. So this is what I'm expecting, guys. This is what I'm expecting. But then as you can see, guys, my chart is incomplete. I just wanted to explain that. So now we can just also add this. So guys, if guys you have like trend lines, support and resistance, your levels, I know that's a lot of things, but then the more tools that you have in your chart, it's the more confirmations that you get for your entries. But then just make sure that those tools that you have on your chart, they're accurate tools and they don't mess up your chart. Your chart is still as clean as possible and you understand everything. So make sure that everything that you put on your chart, make sure that you understand. Don't just draw trend lines to be just drawing trend lines to have them on your screen, but then also make sure that you understand the reason why you're putting that support and resistance, also the reason why you're putting that trend line, also understand the market, the reason why the market is turning and why the market is pushing to the upside. You have to understand all those things. So so like I said, this is what we have. So from here, this is the movement that I'm expecting. This is the movement that I'm expecting. So now we can just change the pair. We can just go to NASDAQ. We can just go to NASDAQ. Just go to NASDAQ. So first things first, we start our chart on the daily. So this is what we had, guys. This is NASDAQ. We are now on NASDAQ. So this is NASDAQ. So we're not going to do different things. We're just going to do it the same way. I know it's a different pair, but then that doesn't mean now the way of analyzing and all that changes. So we're still doing it the same way that we're doing it. Okay, guys, I'm just setting up something. Okay, so now we will just place our zones. So let's just start from this point because I can see this is a very important point. And I know the market is still far from that zone, but then it's almost there. It's almost there. I know the market can push up to that zone. I just want to see something. Let's just zoom out. Okay. Okay, let's just continue with what we were doing. So we're having our zones, just placing in our zones. Okay, guys, so these are the zones that I will just put in for now. These are the zones that we'll just put in for now. Okay, let's just add some here. So guys, also have a reason why you're adding a zone, why you like, guys, everything that you do in the market, just make sure that you understand. Don't just do other things just because someone that or just make sure that you understand everything that you put on the chart. Just make sure that you understand. So guys, this is what we have. So for now, this is what I understand. So like I said, you have to understand what you're doing on the chart. So now this is what I understand so far. So from that, I won't try to add more things that are just going to confuse me. From what I have, I'll just use what I have for me to be profitable and for me to get entries. So from there, we'll just go to the 4-hour time frame to see what's really happening on that time frame. So as you can see, guys, okay, this is what we're having on the 4-hour time frame. This is what we're having. That's what we're having. So as you know, guys, let's just go back to daily. That's something that now I see. Okay, guys, on daily also we have a structure, guys. We have a structure. So you find that this is what we're having. Okay, let's just push that to the upside. So this is what we're having, guys. That's what we're having. Meaning we're having a trend and we're having a bullish trend. That's what I can spot for now, that we're having a bullish trend. So this is what we're having. So now let's just go to our 4-hour time frame. So this is what we have. This is what we have. This is what we have. This is what we're having. Okay. So now we'll just be placing in our support and resistance areas. So now we'll just be putting in our support and resistance areas. So that's what we're doing now. Guys, as I'm still putting in my zones, just make sure that you hit that subscribe button, guys. Just make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 1K subscribers, guys. 1K subscribers. Let's get to 1K subscribers. Okay, guys, so this is what I'm having at this point. This is what I'm having. So definitely, I know that, okay, from what I'm having here, I'm looking for NASDAQ to react once it gets to this point. I'm just waiting for NASDAQ to react on that zone there. So now, also, you need to understand the reason for that certain chart to start buying or to start selling. And at some point, you find that you have what we call the trending trend. So you find that we're having a trend inside a trend. I don't know if you guys understand that, but then yeah, something like that. Finding that we have a trend line inside a trend line. I think that's the most simple way to put it. So you find that here on this touch, from this touch, we managed to push to the upside. So we push to the upside, and you find that we ended up breaking this structure that we're having here. So from this structure that we had having here, we broke to the upside. And obviously, as you know, guys, once we break to the upside, then we definitely have to go to our next point. So this is the point that I'm anticipating a reaction. So I wouldn't say that point, from that point, NASDAQ will break out or NASDAQ will come down. We just have to wait for that reaction. So NASDAQ still has to push up, but then it's just a small movement that NASDAQ has to do. Just a small movement. We just have to get to this zone. You see, guys, maybe just one candlestick by Monday. By Monday, you find that we'll come to this point. Monday will come to this point. Then as soon as we touch that point, then that's when we can get more decisions on what we're going to do on NASDAQ. Let's just go to 1 hour. Maybe we might say something. Not 1 minute, guys. So it's 1 hour. So let's just go to a lower time frame to see what's really happening. So see what's really happening. Okay, guys. Let's just go to 30 minutes. So guys, just make sure that you understand, guys. Just make sure that you understand everything that you're doing. So yeah, guys, see, it's just a small push that we need. We just need a small push to the upside. Then yeah, we'll have what we want. So now, without wasting any time, let's just go to US30. Let's just push to the US30. So US30, same things, guys. Same things. Start on the daily chart. Let's just make sure that our screen is right. So guys, also USDT can be a little bit confusing, but then if you know what you're doing, then you definitely will understand what's happening. I know it's a little bit confusing, guys. It's a little bit confusing, but then you have to understand what's really going on your chart. So now we're just placing in our zones like we're doing with the other pairs. Okay. already, guys. Some other time, guys, you find that when you're analyzing, you find that you already see what's going to happen on the chart. This is what's happening to me right now because I've just put in the zones, but then already I can see that okay, this is the movement that I can anticipate. So that's the nice thing, guys, about knowing what you're doing. If you keep on doing it every day and every day, you find that now this thing becomes so easy for you. You find that sometimes you just see the direction when you're still trying to analyze, but then already you have the direction in your mind, but then you just have to analyze just to confirm what you see. So already, guys, I can see what's really happening on this pair. So without wasting any time, let's just go to a lower time frame so that we can confirm what I'm seeing here. So that we can confirm that because this is not a guessing game, guys. So you have to make sure that you have the right reasons why you're saying it's a buy. You have the right reasons why you're saying it's a sell. So that's what you have to understand. So now just putting in our support and resistance areas. Just putting in that. So guys, here, this is nothing hectic. You just marking what you see, guys. It's just highlighting the things that you see. If you don't see any support and resistance, try to try to check what's happening on the chart. But then another thing, a mistake that you should avoid, just make sure that you don't put a trend line and a resistance when you can see that that's not the resistance or support, right? Just make sure that you put in the things that you see that are accurate. Don't just put in just to be analyzing without understanding what's happening. So that's also comes down to understanding what you are doing on the chart. So okay, guys, so this is what we have. This is the structure what we have. I love the structure that Us30 is giving us. So already we know that, okay, we got this bullish movement, this impulse movement. So now this is a correction phase. I know this is a long correction phase, but then yeah, so we got this correction phase. Then I believe that now we have to push to the upside. So I remember me and my the people that are in the VIP group, I remember we caught a sell on this. I think it was on this one, we caught a sell, and because here we have when you go to a lower time frame, you find that we have a zone there. Then that's what that was our TP and also our entry point for the buys. So that's it, guys. That's it. So this one also you can see if you know how to trade it, you can see that okay, this one we have to push to the upside. We have to push to the upside. We have to get a dead touch on that trend line. Then that's when you can decide what's happening. So this one you have to push to the upside, but then as pushing to the upside, we also have to cater for that zone there. If we can go to the 1 hour time frame, let's see what's happening on 1 hour time frame. You might find that okay, guys. For now, USDT, I would say so. Just to gather more strength on this, then your TP should be somewhere here. Your TP should be somewhere there. Let's just okay, guys. Your TP should be somewhere there, but then I'm just waiting for USD because you can see that we had this impulse movement. So here we're just going to have a little correction before we push to the upside. But then the overall movement of it, we have to come to this point to get a dead touch. But then here, I'm anticipating that the market has to push to the downside for now. Another thing, we have this. We have the inner trend. We have the inner trend that the market broke out. So the market broke out and retested. We have this inner trend. Let's just run that and see if it's applicable on the lower side. And yeah, I can say it's applicable. So this is what we have in guys. So this is what we have here. I'm just expecting the market to go to the downside at this point. The market just have to give us that little push to the downside. Then yeah, from there, that's when we can take our buy safely. But then also now, when the market opens, we can take our sells. So guys, without wasting any time, this is what I see from these 3 pairs. So I told you guys what I'm anticipating on these pairs. And yeah, guys, that now it will be up to you if you take what I said or whatever. So yeah, guys, this is what I see. This is what I see from Us30, NASDAQ, and Gbpjpy. So also make sure that you comment down below, guys. If you have anything, any question, just make sure that you comment. And those who want my forex course, in few seconds, the it will appear right there. So guys, without wasting your time, thank you so much for the support, and don't forget to subscribe. So we'll see you guys next time. So sharp, guys. Thank you.